I'm like, oh, she's not a professional.
I think we're fine.
Thanks. Are we live? I think we're live. Good morning, everyone. Welcome in. I actually have a whole class planned today. We're not just going by the seat of my pants today. Which I feel like somehow I managed to find an additional hour in my day, which we were just discussing. Finding that extra time in our day once we retire, and it's there, it's not there. So welcome in. My name is Hope Mercer. I am from Iron Zen Yoga right here in Cambridge, Ohio, and today I'm broadcasting from the Crossroads branch of the Guernsey County District Public Library. Picked up a couple books before class. I'm really excited about them too. I got a nice little kitschy murder mystery, not gorish, just kitschy murder mystery. They find somebody, they solve the mystery. 'Tis the season. The air's getting a little cooler. We were talking about leaves falling. That's where we're at today. So I'm like, what am I forgetting? Time. There's a clock on the wall. We are good. Okay. So today we are going to be embracing the gift of movement. And we're going to begin class today by first of all, just finding posture in the body. So we're going to take just a few moments here and settle into your seat. So just find a little rock side to side, finding your sit bones beneath the body. And I know it sounds a little whatever, and I used to scoff and laugh at this, but you might need to move fleshy bits around under your bottom to be able to find those sit bones. Thanks, Miss Karen. I'm finding those sit bones that way now. She used to say that, and I used to kind of chuckle, and now I got to do it. We're going to find the feet as flat onto the floor as you can, thinking about hips to knees to toes, finding that alignment straight ahead of the body. Shoulders are going to stack right over the hips, and then let your hands rest upon your lap. Maybe closing down the eyes or softening your gaze. And we're just going to take these first few moments to settle into stillness. We're going to close down the eyes or soften the gaze and take a deep breath. Feel the gentle rise and fall of your chest. As we age, it can feel like our bodies become a bit more resistant to doing the things they used to do with ease. We may feel new aches, unexpected stiffness, or just a bit more tired. It's easy to think, maybe I should slow down. Maybe it's better to rest. And while rest is important, I want to remind you today that movement is just as vital. Movement is life. Every time we choose to move, whether it's stretching our arms, bending forward in our chair, or simply lifting our legs, we're sending a message to our bodies. I'm alive. I am here. I'm still growing. You see, our bodies were designed to move, to adapt, and to keep changing no matter our age. Movement is what helps our joints stay fluid, our muscles stay strong, and our hearts stay healthy. It's natural to feel hesitant when something hurts or feels uncomfortable. But what if we could look at these sensations as our body's way of asking us for a little more attention, a little more care? Instead of stopping, we slow down, we listen more closely, and we find a way to move with love and gentleness. Remember, yoga is not about being perfect in a pose. It's about being present in your body, exactly as it is today. Every movement you make in this class, no matter how small, is a victory over doubt, a step towards strength, and a celebration of the life you are living. I'd like to share a quote with you that I love. You don't stop moving because you grow old. You grow old because you stop moving. Let's keep moving today with gratitude for all that our bodies can do, with kindness for all the places that feel tender, and with a spirit that says, yes, I'm still here. I'm still moving forward. Let's begin our practice today with that intention, to honor our bodies, to find joy in movement, and to remember that every step, every stretch, and every breath is a gift. Together, let's find a full inhale breath. Breathing in through your nose. And a long, slow exhale between parted lips. Draw your navel towards your spine. Completely empty the lungs. Full breath in through your nose. Long, slow exhale breath between parted lips. This time, as you find that inhale, I want you to think about lifting up through the crown of your head. Inhale. And on the exhale, feel yourself sink into your seat, into the sit bones. Let that breath go. Good. And now just let the breath be natural. Relax into it and just notice the way that the breath is flowing. Good. Now, today we haven't done a whole lot of this yet, but I really want to bring some focus into our breath. If we think about how we breathe, we often live in a place where we breathe solely into our chest. And where we want to try to live is in a space where we breathe into our belly and we're able to really fill the body up. So let's do this. We can flutter our eyes open. I want you to bring your hands to your collarbones. You can either just rest them here or if you want to cross, whichever feels more natural and comfortable. Take a breath in and a breath out. Now notice, did your shoulders move? Inhale and exhale. So it's really common, and neither right nor wrong, that when we breathe, we tend to want to breathe here and let it go. So this is what we would call a shallow breath. So now let's bring our hands to our rib cage. So just kind of right at the belly, kind of low here. Now take a breath in and see if you can breathe into your hands. Notice your fingers expand. Exhale. Good. Let's do that again. Breathe in. And breathe out. Good. Now let's go just a little lower onto the low belly, kind of around the belly button area. Breathe in again. And breathe out. Good. Again, breathe in. And breathe out. Good. Are we feeling that difference? Okay, now let's leave left hand at belly. Bring your right hand to your chest. Now here, if you're able to kind of spread your fingers a little bit to where almost the thumb is resting at your collarbone and maybe your pinky finger kind of more above your heart. I want you to breathe in and I want to see if you can breathe into your hand at your belly first. Feel movement here first and then into that pinky finger kind of chest region and then see if you feel breath into the thumb. Notice where you're breathing. Try not to change too much right off, but try to see where you're feeling this first. Big breath in through the nose. Long, slow exhale. Good. Again, breathe in. And breathe out. Okay, let's take a moment and just pause. Anybody want to tell me where they're feeling that first? Anybody? Tell me where. Are you feeling at the belly? Okay. How about you, Diana? Mm-hmm. I know this was a struggle at first. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We talk about this often, that we breathe so often into the shoulders. And we want to kind of imagine our lungs that travel from our collarbones. Our lungs are clear up here, all the way down. If you could imagine your lungs as a pitcher that you're filling. How do we fill a pitcher? We fill it from the bottom to the very top. And when we empty from the top to the bottom. So if you could imagine your breath as liquid filling you, we're going to fill from the bottom. So from the belly into the ribs, into the chest, and then up into the collarbone. And then as we exhale, we feel that exhale breath leaving from collarbone, chest, lower part of the ribs, and into the belly. So let's do that again and just kind of check in again. Let's see if we can make a difference or feel a difference in how that breath in through the nose and out. Good. Let's do that one more time. Breath in and breath out. Good work. Seeing a big difference there. Very good. All right. So there's my little spiel about breath. Breath is life. If we can breathe through situations, I actually had someone yesterday tell me that they had a medical procedure and the person administering that medical procedure asked them to inhale and hold and then exhale and hold. So when you're watching television, when you're reading a book, when you're knitting, you could be breathing and focusing on that breath as it's moving in and out of the body. It can be very meditative, even if you take 2 minutes, 1 minute, and just focus on your breath, feeling that expansion through your rib cage, up into the chest. I was absolutely stunned as I was doing some study. I probably knew this in high school. I was big in anatomy and physiology, that the lung on your right side is all the way up here into the collarbones. Our heart takes up more space on the left. Maybe it's here. Please don't give me grief if I'm wrong. But I know our right lung is larger than our left lung because of the heart occupying space here. So we really can breathe fully in just taking that time to expand and come into that. All right, let's get started. We're gonna bring our fingers to our head. And we're gonna do a little scalp massage today. So just like you're washing your hair. And I want you to actually feel as if you are moving your skin on your head. You know how when you go get your hair washed, ladies, and oh, it feels so good that they get in there and move everything around. So we're just gonna take that time and really massage into the scalp. My hair is probably gonna look an absolute train wreck after this. It'll be all right. So we're just gonna keep moving the scalp around. And then tap. Some taps all the way around. All the way down the back of the neck, around the ears, back up to the center. You know, all the rage now is the center part. Did you ladies know that? Like the center part's the big thing on our younger generation. I'm like, I can't go back to a center part. I look terrible. I thought I could do bangs for a hot minute. I did it, and then I remembered why I quit doing it, because my glasses always end up dirty. They get little hair streaks. Do you have that too? It just like drives me crazy. All right, from our little tap, I'll take my glasses off here, and we're gonna bring our index finger and our ring finger up, and we're gonna stroke down along the sides of the nose and across under the eyes. So down across the side of the nose and under the eyes. And now let's go up. So stroking from the nose up between the eyes across the brow. So if you've ever done any lymphatic drainage massage, this is associated with moving that lymphatic fluid. Our lymphatic system sits just underneath of our skin. So it does not take a deep touch to move our lymphatic fluid. It's just the slightest of touch. Go ahead and sweep one more time up the nose, across the forehead, and then come down to your temples. And just a nice, soft, circular movement here at the temple. Hoping I don't put y'all to sleep with this today. Feels so nice. Now, anybody a Star Trek fan? I feel like I got at least one Star Trek fan in here. All right, we're gonna find little Spock hands. So we're gonna bring index and middle finger together, ring finger, pinky finger together. And I want you to come around your ears. I'm gonna struggle with this because of my headphones here. And then you're just gonna kind of gently cradle your ear between, and a little up and down movement here. So you're massaging behind the ear and in front of the ear, just a few times here. And again, just very gentle. This does not need to be a super heavy touch, just really light. Good. And now we're gonna come down the throat. So from the ear, down the sides of the throat. If it feels better to cross the hands again, you could cross the hands. Now you may notice that when you start to do this, you feel like you need to swallow. Again, this is working lymphatic system, sinuses, and then come to the back of your neck, kind of find the base of your hairline, and just a nice gentle sweep down from the base of the neck too. And then come back around the sides of the neck, all the way from the bottom of your chin, down either side of the throat. Good. And then we can come in and give a little bit of a tap here at the chest. If you're wearing glasses like me, you can put those back on now. And then let's come back to the ears for a moment. And we're gonna find just a little stroke. So touching at the top of the lobe, down the outside edge, and then down to the lobe itself, and just a gentle little tug. Now this can seem silly, but we don't have a lot of touch in our lives anymore. I think post-COVID, people are afraid to touch. Perhaps you live alone, and it's okay to give yourself these little bits of love and attention. Your body needs it. So That little bit of a stroke at the ear can feel so nice. I know I like it myself. Like take the earrings out and give the little ear a little tug. It feels nice. All right, from here, let's come into our shoulder massage. So one side, let's do our left side first. So bring your right hand up to the left shoulder and just into the traps, up along the side of the neck, just a real gentle squeeze, even to the outside of the shoulder. Go really nice, maybe down the arm a little bit, into the bicep and tricep, back up around the shoulder. And then we'll take a little bit of what is known as tapotement. So you could take the flat of your hand and just really gentle. Man, anybody else that's suffering with some sinus stuff today or allergies, I'm feeling everything moving. Good. Now let's come to the other side. So on the other side, just that nice gentle massage of the shoulder, maybe down the bicep, tricep, up into the neck. A little squeeze. And then we'll come back into that little bit of tapping, that tapotement across the top of the chest, up around the shoulder even. All the while keeping that breath relaxed and full. And then let's go kitten paws. So just little hands here and at the back of the neck. Just like a kitten kneading or making biscuits. Just that little bit of gentle massage here. Good. Okay. Let's bring the hands behind the head. So we're going to lace the hands behind the head. Good. Now, when you come here, I want you to think about trying to draw your elbows back as much as you're able. Sensation is good. We don't want pain. So if it hurts too much to pull open, back off a little bit. But we want to kind of bring the elbows out of your peripheral vision if you're able. Let's take a big inhale. And on the exhale, let's turn towards the window. So we're finding a hinge or twist through the waist. Inhale, come back center. Exhale, let's take that twist towards the other wall. And if you're at home, just left to right. Inhale, come back center. Exhale, twisting towards the window again. Good. Inhale, come back center. Exhale, twist to the wall. Inhale, center. Exhale, twisting towards the window. Back through center. One last time, and we're going to hang out for a full breath here. Twisting towards the wall. Let the breath go. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Good. Inhale through center. Now exhale towards the window again. Draw that right elbow back. Maybe even looking towards the right elbow. A full breath in. Full breath out through the nose. Good. Now let's come back center. Release the hands down. Let's take some shoulder rolls here. So shrugging the shoulders forward, rolling up to the ears, down the back. Roll up and back and up and back. And now forward. Shrug the shoulders towards the front of the body. Now to the back. We shrug forward and down and back. Forward, down and back. Good. Bring fingertips to your shoulders, and let's do the same thing here. We're going to find some rotation through the elbows, so we'll take it towards the front of the room. And then let's switch this up. We'll go to the back of the room. And we're taking these circles in a size that feels appropriate for our body. Again, we're looking for that sensation, that movement in the body, in the joint. Good. Now let's just go ahead and release that and give the arms and hands a little shake. Good. Okay, we're gonna keep left hand down. Let's reach the right hand up towards the sky. And we're gonna take a little tip towards the left, so you're gonna go towards the solid wall. We'll take that reach over. Now, as you lean and reach, what just happened in your right sit bone? Did you feel yourself lift from the chair here? And if you did, Can you rock your seat back down so that you stay fully grounded through the seat? And we invite length in through the side of the rib cage, that axillary region, and then through the arm as you reach. If it feels good for you, you could take your gaze up towards the sky. Maybe the left hand rests on your right thigh to help you feel stable here. Good. One more breath here, and inhale. And your exhale. Good. Let's release that right hand down. And now let's reach the left hand up. And maybe the right hand comes to that left thigh. And we reach and stretch that left hand over the body. Now again, bring awareness into the left sit bone. Are you staying grounded here as you're reaching over? Or with that reach, are you finding that you're rocking up and out of your seat? Think about keeping the seat down as you stretch over. And then maybe take your gaze towards the sky or towards your left elbow. Full breath in and full breath out. Breathing in and breathing out. Good. Let's release that left hand back down. All right. Let's take an inhale. Reach your arms up and over the head. And we're going to find a little Charlie's Angel symbol with our hands. We're going to lace the fingers, point your index fingers, cross your thumbs. So we've got those arms drawn up and over the head. Good. Now we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to rely on our brain to keep that seat grounded. Take an inhale. Exhale. Let's take that point over towards the wall. Good. Now, where did your left sit bone go? I just felt myself rock up. So I'm going to tilt that pelvis and re-ground through my sit bone, but I'm still inviting length into the rib cage and that axillary region. Good. Full breath in. Full breath out. Good. Inhale, come back center. Exhale and take that lean towards the window. Good. Now, awareness back into the sit bone. That left side of body is wanting to roll up. So we're going to keep it grounded, which means, again, we may have to rock the pelvis, rock that sit bone back to the chair, keeping yourself grounded. Good. Full inhale. Exhale, let it go. Good. Inhale, come back through center. And now here, go ahead and bend at your elbows. Bring those hands behind the body. And now take a big point of the fingers up and over the head. Lengthen up, maybe lift your gaze. And then release. Let the hands float back down. The gaze comes straight ahead. The hands land back at the front of the body. Good work. All right, let's scooch up to the edge of our seats. Good, and we're gonna stay grounded through the soles of the feet. We've come back and just check in with the body. Make sure we still have knees in front of hips, toes pointed straight ahead. And then we're going to bring the hands out in front of the body. And I'm gonna face the camera so you can see this. So what I want you to do is we're gonna rotate the thumbs towards the outside line of the body. So rotate your thumbs towards the outside of the body. Does that make sense? Yeah, good, good. All right, now pause the thumb, go index finger. Index finger draws lines towards the outside of the body. Good. Now pause the index, go middle, circle that middle finger. I know this is silly, isn't it? But this helps with dexterity, flexibility in the fingers and the joints. Okay, pause middle, go ring finger. We draw those circles towards the outside line of the body. Nice. All right, pause. Pinky finger. We go, oh my gosh, my pinky finger doesn't want to cooperate. Everybody doing it? Yeah, y'all are doing it. Diana back there, look at you go. Okay, let's pause again. Okay, now we get tricky. We're gonna switch the directions. So it's as if you're drawing lines to the inside. We're gonna start with the pinky finger and make our way back in. Yeah, let's shake out the arms. Let's give the arms a little break. That's a lot to hold it up there, shoulder height. Okay, so now bring those arms back out. Okay, pinky fingers inside. My little English person doesn't want to do this. Good. All right, now let's go ring finger, circle to the center. This is like patting our tummy and our head at the same time, isn't it? Okay, middle finger, same thing. Towards the center line. So don't think I just make this stuff up on my own. I have some reference books. All right, index finger, center line. And both of the books that I have picked up for chair yoga and my instructor have been great resources. Okay, middle of the thumb, we're going to the center line. Yeah, feel free to shake it out, take a break as you need. Good stuff. All right, let's shake it out. Ooh, that was harder than I thought it was gonna be. All right, we're gonna come back here and a couple things. So we've been working for a little while now on kind of correcting and preventing a rounding through the upper back and the spine. So the next two exercises are really focused on that particular movement. So we're gonna bring the arms up to shoulder height as if you're resting on a bar. Perfect. Good. Now, this movement is very small and very subtle. I want you to imagine that you're squeezing your shoulder blades together and you're pinching a pencil. So all we're doing is drawing the arms back. So it's almost as if you were standing between two bars and you had a cleaning cloth under each hand, and we just want to swipe them back just the tiniest little bit. Now you should feel some tension between your shoulder blades. Squeeze it back. Good. All right, those of you at home, stay with me. Squeeze it back. I'm going to take a little walk around the room. Good. So let's just keep going. Take a break as you need, because this can be really intense. So we want to squeeze right here. It takes a minute to find the concentration to like identify. So shoulder blades here. So think about squeezing back. Good. Go ahead and bring your elbows back forward. Good. Tiny little movement back. Squeeze. There it is. You feel it now? Okay, good. All right, let's see where we're at here. Squeeze. Oh, yeah, perfect. Good. Doesn't have to be a big movement, just the tiniest little inch or two forward. Go ahead and go back. Good, now come back. Squeeze. Good. You got it. All right, let's take a look here. Same thing right there. Tiny little squeeze. Yes. Good. Remember, it's just a small movement, Diana. It doesn't have to be big. Lift your elbows just a tiny little bit. Good. Bring your hands right in front of you. Cactus arms. Diana's been with me for a while now. Go ahead and squeeze again. She's rocking her Ohio State shirt today. Nice, you got it, lady. All right, Miss Lisa. Oh, I can see you right there. Squeeze.
Am I inappropriate?
No, you're fine. Good. Take a little break, y'all. Shake it out. Nice work. Good. So again, if you are noticing yourself that you have a little bit of a forward lean, or maybe you're starting to notice you're getting a little bit of a hump at the back of your neck, we can all think of people that we see at the grocery store, that are holding onto that grocery cart and they're lean forward. And part of it is they've never been taught proper posture. Maybe their job is completely in front of them. My husband, we've talked about this, because he works on a construction site, he wears boots all the time. It's always uneven ground. He is constantly looking down to see where his feet are landing so that he doesn't roll his ankle, so that he doesn't step in a ditch. So he's got that hump on his back, and I keep telling him he needs to work on it. Sorry, love you. He's not gonna watch this, but maybe someday. So anywho, we wanna work on keeping, I stress a lot about pulling the shoulders back, broadening across the heart space, lifting through the crown of the head, and helping to release that. So these are exercises that we can do that are gonna help us to strengthen the upper back, because that's what happens. That muscle gets weak, and then we get that lean going, and that we gotta hold the head up some way. So those muscles start to really play into this. Okay, next one, we're gonna take the arms out to the sides of the body, and we're gonna take that focus onto the humerus, into the shoulder joint. So we're gonna start to rotate the arms as much as it feels appropriate for you. Take breaks as you need. These exercises too are really about quality over quantity. So we just really want to make sure that we're focusing on how we are moving versus I'm going to do 30 of these and 30 of these and it's going to disappear. Not necessarily the case. We just want to make sure that we're really focused on how we're moving. Little bites how's that saying go about to eat a something you have to take little
Elephant.
bites? Yeah, to eat an elephant, you got to take little bites. You don't have to choke the whole thing down in 2 days. Take small bites and work towards it, and you'll get there. Kind of the same as my favorite quote, journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. To make it 1,000 miles, you got to take a step, put one foot in front of the other. So same thing. We're not going to overnight fix everything. Okay, ooh, we're into the fun stuff now. Okay, up to the edge of your seat, we're already there. Ground down through the soles of your feet. And I want you to find your mountain pose. Hands open to the sides of the body, palms to the front of the room, shoulders stacked over the hips. The gaze is straight ahead. Now, when I say gaze is straight ahead, we are eye to eye. So I want you not to be not looking up to the sky, not looking to the ground. Chin parallel so that we keep the airway nice and open. Inhale, take your arms up and overhead. Exhale, let the hands float back down. Good. Inhale, extended mountain reach, the arms overhead. Exhale, the hands float back down. Good. Now, let's learn something new today. We're going to learn a seated warrior one. On the inhale breath, we're going to reach our right foot forward and reach the arms overhead. And I want you to let your heel touch the ground, and then our arms are going to lift up and over. Now, as we lift up, try to let there be space between your shoulders and your ears. So we're not pulling the shoulders down, but we're also letting the arms be soft or the shoulders soft away from ears. Perfect. Okay, now we're going to take this into a dancer pose. We're going to take the left hand, so maybe a little wiggle of your left hand and bring some awareness into it. We're going to stretch the left hand behind us, and we're going to reach the right hand forward, and then point your toes towards me. Good. Let's take this back to that warrior pose. We'll bring the arm back up and point the toes back to the ceiling. Good. Let's take that dancer again. Left hand reaches back, and we point the toes. Good job, Lisa. You remember before I did to point the toe. Good. Let's reach the left arm back up, point the toe. One more time. Sweep that left hand back, point your toe. You can even lift through your heart a little bit and reach the fingertips towards the front corner of the room. Good. Let's come back, warrior one. Those toes flex back towards the knee, the arms stretch back up overhead, and then back to our mountain pose. We step the right foot back in and the arms float down. Good work. All right, let's inhale, step the left foot forward and the hands reach overhead. Okay, on that exhale, we're going to stretch the right hand behind the body and point your toes. Maybe you lift through that left hand if you feel like you've got space. Bring your right hand back up and flex the toes towards the body. Again, right hand reaches back, we point the toes, lift through that left hand. Good. Back to warrior one. Flex the toes, the arms reach overhead. Such a good job. Once more, why not? Dancer, we reach the right hand back, we point through the toes, maybe a little lift through the heart. Bring the hands back and the toes flex to the body. Back to mountain, we'll step the left foot back and the hands float back down. Good. I almost want to do that once more. All right, right foot steps forward, hands reach forward and up. Warrior one, we flex the toe towards the knee. And now I've forgot. Exhale, let your left hand reach back. Right hand reach back. Look, I knew I was going to do this. How did I do it right the first time? Okay, so good. Back to your warrior one. It's probably a small little thing. It doesn't really matter. Reach it back and point the toe. Float that hand back up. I do this in all my classes, just so you know. Step it back, mountain pose. I always have notes. Sometimes it clicks, sometimes it doesn't. Hands reach, left foot steps forward. Good. Yeah, right hand reaches back, we point the toe, lift through the heart. Does that feel right? Am I doing it right? Same side?
Yeah, I think opposite hand from foot.
Yeah, I think so. Step it back. Oh, warrior one. We're going to get done with this in a second because now I feel like a fool. Okay, reach that right hand back and point your toe. Come back, warrior one. They're going to revoke my certificate. Back to mountain. Foot lands, hands open to the front of the room. If Anna's watching, I'm so sorry. All right, from here, let's come to stand. I'm not even watching the time and it is flying, you guys. Okay, so come to stand behind your chair. And we are going to move into our marching that I forgot to do while we were seated, but that's okay. All right, let's start by just marching in place. If it would feel more comfortable to come so that your hand is resting on the chair, maybe everybody look at the window, that might be a little easier. And we're just gonna start to march by lifting the legs. Control through the abdominals. Remember that our abdominals are not just the front of the body, but also the sides and the back. We have a whole grouping of muscles that wrap from spine around the outside of the waist into the belly. Good. All right, let's go ahead and press pause here. Feet land back under hips. Now, lift your right heel and keep your right toes down. We're gonna kind of march in place. Let your right heel drop back down and pick your left up. So again, let's just march in place. Left drops, right lifts. So moving with your own pace here, we're just gonna march in place, lifting the heel up onto the toe. Good. And try to keep shoulders stacked over hips. And let's try to avoid kind of letting those hips sway. Let's try to keep everything nice and solid so that we're just moving through the low body. Our outer hips and glutes can start to weaken if we don't work on those, which is why the last time we were here together, we did the grapevine. Grapevine is a great way to work those outer hip muscles and help build strength here. Good, let's go ahead and again press pause. Now, I want you to do a little heel lift and drop. So we're gonna lift up onto the heel or onto the toes. If it feels okay, just let yourself sink back down. Lift up, exhale, let your heels drop. Inhale, exhale, let the heels drop. Inhale, lift, exhale, drop. And you can let it go with a little more force if you want to. Inhale, exhale, drop. This is a good way to reset nervous system too. Lift the heels, drop the heels. Inhale and lift, exhale, drop. Good. All right, now let's come into our toe lifts that we forgot to do seated, but we can do standing too. So we're gonna lift the toes, and you can go 1 foot at a time that you lift, or you could go both at the same time. Rocking into the heels. All right, now, since everybody's got their left hand on their chair, let's find that same crescent moon stretch that we did as we were seated. So let's reach the right arm up and over the head. And I want you to bend towards me. Exhale, take that reach over the body. Now, as you reach your right arm over your body, can you think about grounding through your right foot? Pressing down maybe just a little bit harder through your right foot, popping your right hip out to the side. And then can you think about rolling your shoulder blade a little bit towards the back of the body and maybe lifting the gaze towards the ceiling? Good. Take a breath in and a breath out. Good. Let's come back through center. And now let's turn to the other side. So you're going to be facing what would be in towards the library, and bring your right hand to your chair or your other hand to your chair. And let's reach the other hand up to the sky. And let's press down hard through your left foot and then lean over towards your chair, inviting length into the side body. And take this time to notice if this feels different than when you were seated. We're pressing down hard through the left foot, the left hip is popping out to the side. We're still inviting length into the side of the rib cage and the axillary region. And that reach over the head, we take the gaze up towards the elbow. If that feels okay, that full breath in and full breath out. Good, let's come back through center. Stand nice and tall, firm through both feet. Good, let's take it into our kitchen sink stretch. And just a word of caution, if you are a glaucoma patient, you're gonna keep your gaze straight ahead rather than looking down. So let's come so that we have our hands at the back of the chair. And as we move into this, you're gonna find maybe it feels more comfortable to let the hands come out to the outside edges. We're gonna start to walk back. And what we're looking for are the toes to be pointed straight ahead. Soft bend to the knees. Extend through the sit bones towards the back of the room. Let your arms lengthen out and our head comes down between the biceps. So we're looking for that really long, flat back. So the crown of your head should be pointing towards me. Your sit bones should be extending back towards the back of the room. And we have a beautiful long line for your body from your hips to your shoulders to your fingertips. Good, it looks so good. Take a full inhale and exhale breath. Good, and inhale and exhale. One more, and remember, glaucoma patients, gaze is straight ahead. That full breath in and full breath out. Good, let's start to walk the feet back in towards the chair. We rise back up. And now let's take this into our calf stretch. So let's ground down through the right foot. And we'll take a long step back with our left leg. And we're going to first take a couple of pulses here before we settle into stillness. So we're working to stack our shoulders over our hips. Our front knee is bent and stacked right over the ankle. On our inhale, I want you to extend tall through the left foot, left leg. Exhale, let that heel sink back down a little closer to earth. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, we lower. Good, last one. Inhale, lift. This time we'll exhale and we'll stay. Good, a full breath in. And a full breath out. Now, if you wanted a tiny little balance challenge here, or maybe it's a big balance challenge, maybe you reach your left hand towards the sky. So this would be similar to a high crescent lunge, actually is a high crescent lunge when we think about the pose itself. That full breath in. You guys are amazing. And an exhale. Good, let's bring that hand back down to the chair and we'll stand tall. Step your left foot in just a bit closer. So we got about 10 or 12 inches between the heel and the toes. And then we're going to sink into both knees. So a soft bend to both knees, sticking the booty out, extend through the sit bones. We're just taking this calf stretch into a little bit of a different way. We're still lifting through the heart. We don't want to be hunched all the way over. We try to extend as tall as we can. One more breath in here. And that exhale. Good. Stand nice and tall. Step your left foot in. Now let's go other side. We'll take that long step back with the right foot, toes tapped down. Stack your front knee over your front ankle. Back leg long and strong. Heels extended to the earth. We stack shoulders over hips. On the inhale, we lift. Exhale, sink that heel close to earth. Good. Inhale, we lift. Exhale to sink it down. Good. One more. Inhale, we lift. Good. Last one. Exhale. Ooh, we sink in and we stay. Take a few rounds of breath. And inhale. And exhale. Full breath in. And full breath out. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Let's straighten both legs. Step your right foot in, 10 or 12 inches between the feet here from heel to toe. And then we're going to find that soft bend to both knees. Stick the booty out, extend through the sit bones. I forgot to lift a hand. It'll be all right. Y'all got to keep me on track. You got to remind me when I forget stuff. All right, right here. Nice big breath in. Tomorrow I'll get it right. Let it go. Full breath in. Full breath out. Good. Come nice and tall. Good work. All right, let's take this. We got a few more minutes. Let's take this into our balance. So in our balance, let's work on just a standing staff today. Let's turn back so that we're facing the window again. And we're going to ground the left foot. And left hand or both hands can stay at the chair. If you want to step a little bit to the back of towards the back of the room so that your left thigh bone is kind of right at the chair and your right leg is a little bit outside of the chair, it's going to give you a little bit of space to work with. That way we can keep a hand on the chair, but then we can also work to lift. Let's start by just popping up onto the toe of the right foot. And go ahead and let it come back down. Now, let's just lift the leg. Try to bring the knee to align with hip, and then just step it right back down. Good. Let's do the same thing again. We lift that right knee. Good. And we can come back down. Good. So that little bit of balance, let's do it again. Lift. Good, good. And maybe, if you're feeling it, you can reach your right hand up. Now, think about grounding through that left foot. Everyone here has shoes on today. If you're at home and don't have shoes on, think about spreading your toes and grounding down through the toes. Or if y'all watch this later at home and you don't have shoes on, think about grounding through your left toes, spreading the toes wide. Let's come back down and ground. Good job. Okay, you guys are good to stay right where you're at. I didn't realize, I don't know what I was thinking. Okay, so now let's do the same thing with the left leg. So we'll pick the left toe, left heel, just leave the toes down, and then sink your heel back down. Good. Do that again. Lift the heel, toes stay grounded. Just start to set the intention of where you're headed. Ground back down with the heel. Okay, this time, ground out through that right foot. Draw your left knee to align with your hip, and then just come right back down. Good. So again, we lift the left to align with the hip, and we come right back down. And remember, this is what it is for you. So maybe the knee only comes to here. That's okay. You do what suits your body and honors your body. Let's bring that leg up. Hang out here. Flex your toes towards your knee. Good. And then if you have the space, we'll see if I can do this because I don't have any support on this side. You could bring that left hand. Ooh, y'all are on that chair too. So let's not. Let's keep that hand on the chair for support. Unless you feel like you can let it go. I don't want anybody toppling on me today. Good. And let's come back down. Let's go ahead and turn this to face the other way just to give yourself an opportunity to let go of the chair on that side. So we're going to bring that left knee back, and we're just going to take a quick 10 or 15 seconds to balance here. So ground through your right foot again. Draw your left knee up. Right hand's on the back of that chair. And now reach your left hand overhead. Find a focal point. Find the drishti. Drishti is your meditation point, your focal point. It's finding that space where you can just let your awareness rest in one space. Good. And then go ahead and come back down. Both feet laying on the ground. Good work. All right, now let's come back to sit. How are we feeling? Feeling good? Feeling good. All right, we've got a few minutes here, so let's go ahead and pick up those couple of things that I did forget. So grounding down through sit bones, knees in front of hips, toes in front of knees, and let's come into those toe lifts and heel lifts. So we're just gonna rock through the feet. The toes, the heels. We lift the toes, we lift the heels. Toes and heels. I kind of want to sing head, shoulders, knees, and toes, but I won't do that to you. Although we have done the hokey pokey in class, we've done the grapevine. We could definitely do some head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Sorry, I just had a great idea. Good stuff. All right, pause. Let's come into our seated marches. We'll lift, we'll lift, lift, and we'll lift. How's everybody feeling? A couple of you have come a few times, so how are we starting to feel after class? Are we starting to feel pretty good? Is that feeling lasting a little bit for you? Good. All right, so since we're on the edge of our seat too, I also forgot to do our little femur rotation. So I want you to ground through that left foot, send your right leg out to the side of body. And now remember with this one, we're just tipping toes. So we're tipping the toes towards the front of the body, and then we're tipping them towards the back of the body. We tip forward, we tip backwards. And if you're at home, you're probably having a hard time seeing that. And just tipping toes forward and backward, forward. Somebody's been with me this whole time, and I really appreciate you at home. I love that. Tell your friends, share the video, come see me at the studio. I love that. Lisa joined. Appreciate that.
Brave.
You were brave. All right, let's go other side. Bring that leg in. We'll send that left leg out. Same thing, we're just rotating through the toes. We tip to the front, tip to the back. Now remember, with this movement, this is really just thinking about the femur moving in the hip joint. So we're just moving bone in socket. We're working to get some new synovial fluid moving into that joint. This is probably not a movement that you do frequently, but this is a good one to help keep some movement in the body. I feel like we covered just about everything today. I don't think we forgot too much. It's typical though. I took time, I made notes, got everything together, and then I skipped stuff. I should use like different colored pens or something to remind me where I'm at. All right, pause here. Bring that foot back in. Let's take a moment here too to find a couple of seated cat-cows, because again, skipped a few things. Let's bring hands to knees, and you could almost let your hands wrap your knees if you have the space here. And then let's draw the shoulders back, the heart shines forward, we lift the gaze. And on your exhale, tuck your chin towards your chest, tuck your tailbone under, let your back round towards the back of your chair. Inhale, pull the heart forward, the shoulders draw back, the gaze lifts, we tuck the tailbone towards the sky. Exhale, we bring chin to chest, extend the spine towards the back of your chair, tuck your tailbone under. Let's do that again. Inhale, pull the heart through, we find our cow pose, shoulders back, heart lifts, gaze lifts, tailbone lifts. Exhale, we round, tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin, extend the spine towards the chair. Good, one more each way. Inhale, pull the heart through. Exhale, rounding back. Good. And now here, we stack the shoulders back over the hips. Let's scoot back in the chair. Find a comfortable seat here to close out class. We bring the shoulders to stack over the hips. The hands can rest on the lap. If you feel safe doing so, you can close down the eyes or just let your gaze go kind of fuzzy towards the tip of your nose. Let's together, big inhale breath through your nose, fill the belly. That long, slow exhale breath. Let's do that once more. Inhale. Exhale. Good, and now just relax the breath. Let it arrive naturally. As we settle into our final moments of stillness today, feel the gentle rise and fall of your chest. Notice how your body feels now after our practice of mindful movement. Take a moment to appreciate yourself for showing up today, for choosing to move, to stretch, and to breathe with intention. Know that every time you move, no matter how small or gentle, you're nurturing your body, your mind, and your spirit. Think of your body not just as it is now, but as it has been throughout your entire life. It has carried you through so many experiences, joys, challenges, and changes. Your body has been your constant companion, adapting and responding to the journey of life. And today, once again, you showed up for it. Now, as you rest here in stillness, let's take a moment to give thanks for this body in all of its wisdom, strength, and resilience. Let go of any judgment, any frustration, and simply offer yourself kindness and gratitude. Remember the words we shared earlier. You don't stop moving because you grow old. You grow old because you stop moving. Feel this truth within you and know that each moment you choose movement, you choose vitality, you choose life. And to add just a little bit more to that, I really do believe that age is just a number. You're only as old as you believe you are. And some days may feel different than others, just like our yoga practice. Some days it feels easeful, other days it feels a struggle. Just knowing that we can meet our bodies where they are with kindness and love and support, that's where the magic happens. Let's bring our hands together at heart center, letting the thumbs come to rest in the heart space and bowing our heads. Taking here a moment of gratitude for this practice, to you for making space in your day, and for this opportunity to come together in community and in collective energy. Let's take a collective breath together, a full inhale through the nose, and a big sigh. May your life be free of struggle. May your heart be open. May your body be filled with joy and ease. May you share your gifts with the world. And may you know your true self in this lifetime. Together we say, Namaste.
All right. Well, thank you guys for being here today.